get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Thomas. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Bengals nothing. Justin
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And he'll find Hall. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th. That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
And defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. On 3rd down, Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Check, 47. No. I got you. Watch the twist.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Allen. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12.
At the 43-yard line.
Here's Burrow. He's got a man. It's his fullback. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Third and 2, now Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Thomas. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16.
Return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he fires one incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Jackson. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Taken down.
And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line. It's the tight end. It's your wide receivers. Everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Our score after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it'll bring up third down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow finding some room at midfield. He finds his running back, Mixon. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson on the slant, complete to Green. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. That's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Yeah, he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Now a handoff as they run left side. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Jackson. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
At the Bengals' 12-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action with Jackson. And it's caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th and goal.
Check, check. Lucky.
They'll try and run for it. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Bengals 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Ball carrier.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Over the middle, complete. That's Hall.
Burrows pass.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
And inches at the Ravens' 41-yard line.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Intended for Preston Williams. Incomplete.
Well, they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
And 10 yards to go.
Again, it's Burrow. Got a man. It's complete. Williams now whistles in a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Bullock will put this one through. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. To return it, Darius Phillips. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
10 yards. It's third down.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally you would think he'd just take off and run downfield, but he was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, report. We go.
Throwing again. Jackson. Quick slant to Brown. And just shutting him off there. And he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And that'll bring up fourth down as his Cincy defense stands up on third.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
Bengals.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by Earl.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And it brings up third down.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And he'll find Hall. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It's a pickup of 6.
It's a gain of
That's
6.
a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
First down, here's Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
13 yards.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Hall. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
A gain of
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To the air again, Burrow. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a first down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. give it to Mixon. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee up.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Number 83.
Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
At 17. Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Complete to Christian.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability that Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He's brought down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. That close to taking a 4th quarter lead, but the goalposts, they had other plans.
I thought it was on target. It looked good off his foot, but then doink, off the metal and out. And those are the kind of breaks that can definitely swing a ball game.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Burrow looking to pass. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
First down, Bengals.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and...
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
1-yard line.
So that'll back him up 5. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. Bullock's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Second and 10. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Mixon, the ball carrier, brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Bengals, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.